What is up, YouTube? Dark God back again. It's now November. It's like the 10th of November. Starting to decompress after the horror movie challenge. I ended up finishing with 109, which is pretty good. It's not my highest, not my lowest, so it's above 100, which is kind of what I strive for and try to get. So I'm good on that aspect. I planned on watching horror every day after the challenge, and it just hasn't happened that way. I've just been kind of like getting away from it a little bit, just catching up on my stuff on my DVR, just relaxing and everything. And actually, I just started doing my reviews and stuff on Letterboxd. So I don't think I made it on Tupoper. I think I missed by like 1 or 2 films just because I was watching a bunch of stuff that wasn't being qualified for Hooptober, but it was just stuff I wanted to check out. And there's still some stuff I do want to watch, like more stuff from this year, like Midsummer I didn't get a chance to watch. Happy Death Day 2 I didn't get a chance to watch. So those are probably things I'll catch on next couple weeks. My next thing I'll be doing is in December 1st to the 25th will be 25 Days of Christmas Horror. Try to do a film at night for that. And then after that, we'll actually be getting into like the Academy Award season. So that should be fun. That's usually what I gear up for after the October Horror Movie Challenge. Take a couple days and relax. So one of the good things is, though, I won on dvdtalk.com for one of the questions, one of the weekly challenges. And the cool thing about this is done by a guy on the board named Golden Wheels, and he owns a company called HamiltonBook. And every year he does this, and it is so like above and beyond. Every year he donates all these movies for these big lots to give out, where there'll be a question of the week, and if you get it, you get a bunch of Blu-rays and DVDs and stuff. And this is the first time I've ever won one of the big lots, which is awesome. I've won smaller challenges in the past. Actually, last year I won Unearthed Films Necromantic VHS, and I didn't actually do this last year. I didn't open this up or anything. It was just cool to win that one. I won other times before. I won Corruption on Blu-ray one year. So this was cool because, this is just a huge lot. Like, this is, when I go through this, there's almost 20 Blu-rays and DVDs in here. So it's amazing how much this man puts into this and everything. Again, that's HamiltonBook.com. If you watch this video, thank you so much. This is just so awesome for anybody to do for this challenge and everything. But let's go through this. This is bringing back the memories of me doing the Horror Block openings, which are no more since Horror Block has basically gone out of business after ripping people off. There's a Room Morgue box, which I think I eventually, maybe the new year, will get just to check out and everything, see how that's going. But getting right into it. I'm going to do the DVDs first. Start off, we got a Box of Monsters, 11 movie collection. You got Bats, The Blob, Chupacabra Terror, The Dark, Death Tunnel, Decoys, The Devil Chair, Frankenfish, Lake Placid, The Final Chapter, Loch Ness Terror, and Night of the Living Dead. That's kind of like one of those like Mill Creek sets. The Blob they have on here is actually the 80s Blob, which is awesome. Death Tunnel, I remember seeing that back in the day. That was actually pretty decent, like early 2000s, back in the days, early 2000s now apparently. You can see a bunch of the films on there and stuff. And I like those box sets, like the 50. Got a couple of them right here, like the horror pack, 15 films, $9, I think. Yeah, I got the 10. That's the original, like Mill Creek one. It's a lot of like the cheap public domain films. This Blu-ray, this was one of my favorite modern films because I'm a big H.P. Lovecraft fan. The Void has so many similarities to H.P. Lovecraft. Like, it just feels like an H.P. Lovecraft modern day film. So I love The Void. That's awesome. I actually don't even own it. I caught it on a streaming thing, streaming service. Stephen King, Langoliers, The Stand, and Cat's Eye. I'm sorry, The Golden Years. I don't know why I said Cat's Eye. I looked in the back and it was rats, and I said cats for some reason. It's kind of stupid. But The Stand getting remade, that's should be interesting. Langoliers, I wasn't a big fan of when I saw that. Golden Years, I don't think I've ever seen that one. I have the original DVD set right here, which had Cujo, The Stand, Golden Years, The Langoliers, The Stand, and Thinner. And that DVD set's out of stock, which is cool because I like watching The Stand every once in a while. It's a long watch, but it's cool to have a different version of it. Puppet Master DVD collection 1 through 3, which is awesome because Puppet Master 3 is probably the best one in the series. Toulon's Revenge, it's by far and away, I think, the best one. Better than 2. 1 is kind of, on par with it, but 3. It's rare that, you know, a third film in a series is the best one, but I think most people agree Puppet Master is. That'd be a pretty cool thing to do one day. Just see like what series like the best film is not number 1. I mean, like for me, Friday 13th Part 6 is the best one. I think that's it on DVDs, unless there's 2 more film here. Hen and Lauder's Frankenhooker. I've seen this for the first time, like only like 2 years ago. Like I remember seeing this all the time at the VHS store, and always thinking, "Oh, I want to watch it. I want to watch it." I remember my uncle rented it once. And I wasn't allowed to watch it because, I mean, it's called Frankenhooker. You think it's bad, but the Synapse release, which is just awesome. I mean, like just going into this, you're gonna see it's all arrows. It's all Vinegar Syndrome. It's just, this guy just jam packs this. This next one is awesome because I owned the anniversary edition, but I lost my DVD. It broke. I don't even know if it's up here at all. I don't know. So anyway, Blue Underground doing Suspiria, and this is a 2-disc. This actually has a 25th anniversary on it with the interviews and stuff. So I think it's basically the same extras I have and everything. It's just I finally have another copy of the film, and Suspiria is one of my favorite films. I mean, it's just awesome. All right, getting into the Blu-rays. I'm picking this one first because this was my pick for the movie of the night, and I had to apologize because this movie is just downright terrible. That's the Prey. An Arrow Blu-ray. I mean, maybe on here it says they have the international version. Maybe the international version will be something a little bit better so than the American version, or the, you know, the version I seen, because it is such a bad film. Vinegar Syndrome's Uninvited. I actually heard about this for the first time this month. Somebody online was talking about it. Cat running amok on a cruise ship or a boat. Sounds like such a cool story. I heard it's bad, but I heard it's a fun watch. So another awesome, you know, Blu-ray. The Children, Vinegar Syndrome. Cool thing about this all is, like, I've always wanted to collect Vinegar Syndrome. I just never jumped in on it. I think the only one I have Demon Win. So this is going to jumpstart me where, you know, I'm well on my way now to collecting. I mean, I got a handful here, but it's better than having just one. Dominique. I remember Dominique when I was a little kid having a VHS my grandmother had from a yard sale. They had the trailer for Dominique in it. I just always remember the tagline, which was like, "Dominique is dead, or is she?" And I always thought it was cool. It looked kind of eerie. It looked kind of gothic, even though it was like kind of modern for the early 80s. So that's cool to check out. It'll be a first-time watch for me, but it's a film I've actually wanted to see for about 30 years. So, you know, just one of those films you kind of forget about and everything. Beware My Brethren. I always butcher that word. Another Vinegar Syndrome release. Never heard of this one, so it'll be definitely a first-time watch. That's cool. I mean, I think most of Vinegar Syndrome, even if they're like the lesser-known titles, I think they're usually like good movies. You know, they're not horrible movies. I don't think they go out of the way to release like horrible movies. Yeah, keep on the Vinegar Syndrome side. So this movie I saw about 10 years ago for the first time. There's nothing out there. This was Meta before Meta films were even around. I mean, made by a 19-year-old kid. And what was this, came out like 87, 88, I think. Anyway, it just was Meta before like Scream, before Cabin in the Woods, and it just had that, like, you know, tongue-in-cheek. Like, if you're a horror fan, you get everything in it, and that's what was so cool about it. It's a cheap-made movie, but it's a fun movie. I have a VHS somewhere around here. I don't know. Battle for the Lost Planet, another film I never heard of. Also has, I'm sorry, it's a 2-movie plus Mutant War. Mutant War is the continuation of the story. So that's pretty cool. 2 films for the price of 1. Another Vinegar Syndrome release. I'm guessing this is like those cheap Italian, like when they were trying to do, no, I'm probably wrong here. No, it looks like, nope, sci-fi director Brett Piper. So I guess it wasn't one of those, like, I would say one of those cheap Italian, like when they were kind of just doing all the genres, and they're just like rifling out all these films in the one genre. You do like the sword and sorcery, and then the, you know, you had the like end of the world ones, like the 2099 and stuff. Another Arrow, you got Chill Factor. That's pretty cool. I heard of this, but actually never seen it. The Exorcist meets the Winter Olympics. Sounds like an awesome collabo. So that's pretty cool. This is Arrow Video. Another Arrow Video, Color Me Blood Red. Another film I've heard of, but I never actually seen it. H.G. Lewis, for the third and final installment in his famous Blood trilogy. Okay, yeah, it's one of the Blood trilogy. I was thinking of something else. Oh, okay, I remember coloring. I remember renting it. I remember the big box VHS with the girl on the cover, all Bloody Birthday. One of the better slashers of the 80s. It's probably, it'd be my top 10 for 80 slashers. It's definitely, it's a good film. It's a little different. You know, you take it and you sit with the kids and everything in it. House 2. I mean, I've seen House 1, never seen House 2. So that's pretty awesome. I think I have House 1 over there. I think, I forget what Blu-ray I have of House 1, but anyway, that's cool. Now I have House 2 to go with it. Got about 6 more here. Toys Are Not for Children. Also another Arrow. Just awesome. I mean, like I said, the Golden Wheels, you know, HamiltonBook, they just go above and beyond. They just give you like all this stuff. And I mean, this guy does this out of his heart, basically, because, you know, he's not getting paid for it. It's just awesome. The Iguana with Tongue of Fire. Another Giallo. Came out right after Bird with Crystal Plumage. Kind of like a ripoff, you know, when they did all those ones with the animal names. Colobos. I never even heard of this film. Real World Meets Saw. Every one of these films on the back, when you read it, it's always something meets something. Well, this is the Real World Meets Saw by way of Suspiria. That sounds awesome. So hopefully this is something pretty good. Has all these. I mean, another Arrow has all these awesome features with it. Even for a film I never even heard of. Colobos. Another Arrow. She Devils on Wheels. I remember renting this back in the day. I thought it was awesome. We don't have a collabo. This one isn't a collabo of like this meets this, like you know, Paul Naschy meets Motorcycle or something. But She Devils on Wheels, another hour release with just so much cool stuff. And the last one is Anita Ekberg and Killer Nun. So I mean, I don't think I can stack this thing. I mean, it's bigger than my head, you know, like, and this is just, you know, I answered the question of, they make a banner, and it was, pick 10 horror films represented on this banner, and it's all like, movie posters, or it's, lobby cards. Some could be from like, you know, from a different country and everything, but it was still like stuff like, you know what it is, you just got to kind of figure it out, you got to like look it up and see if it's a different version of that poster, and they're not trying to like fool you on anything, it's, you know, they want people chiming in, they want people talking, and that's what's awesome about it, is it gives us all this opportunity to talk about horror films, and, you know, just be like, you know, discussing it, movie of the night, just talking about these films and what we liked about them, what we didn't like about them. So to win something, it's like, I'm not doing this to win anything. I'm doing this because I love horror, and I want to watch 100 horror films in October. I've done it every year. My family knows I'm going to do it every year. My wife partakes in it. My wife, she tries to do 100 every year. So it's just like, everybody knows that that's what we're trying to do and everything. And it's just, when you win something like this, it's just like a cherry on top, you know. Last year I won that VHS, and there was a problem with getting it to us because of one of them was getting autographed and everything. And it was like, you know, Chad running DVD Talk, running the challenge, he was like, apologize. And I was like, you don't have to apologize. Like, if I don't get it, I don't get it. It's not going to change my life. Like, I partake in the challenge just to partake in it. So, I mean, it's awesome, but it's not like anything I expect. It's not anything I like, even like root for, you know. Like, I try the challenge, I try the questions and stuff, but I'm not going there trying just to win. I'm trying to partake. I like talking with everybody, seeing what people recommend for film and everything, and then you find out films like that you want to check out, like, you know, films that you never heard of that you want to see, like that Uninvited. Like, I've never heard of that film, and I mean, like, I'm pretty knowledgeable when it comes to horror films. I've never seen that film, never heard of that film in my life, and I've seen 3 people post it this month or last month in October. So, I mean, all in all, I mean, I'm so thankful. I'm thankful to Chad. I'm thankful to Golden Wheels and HamiltonBook. It's just awesome that anything like this for you guys to do. So, I'm probably going to take a couple days off, and then December, maybe October, maybe I'll do like a Thanksgiving horror film. I haven't watched any, really. Thanksgiving, maybe I'll do, or something. I don't know. But 25 days of Christmas horror will be in December. So, till then, I'm Dark God. Catch you on the flip side.